So I'd rather say every single time that I put my best foot forward and that I went into work and I at least tried, and I'm not sitting there agonizing over like, well, what if I would have just gone into work? What if I would have just went for it? I think that can be applied to everybody right now.
Welcome to the Badass Manifester podcast, keeping you inspired with high vibe content, bringing you the best manifestation and mindset tools, teachings, interviews, and answering questions to help empower you to get out of your own way and take massive action to make magic your everyday normal. I'm your host, Ashley Gordon, spiritual life and manifestation coach, helping women and spiritual entrepreneurs manifest more impact, influence, and income. It is my purpose and pleasure to help you wake up to the badass creator that you are. Let's do this. Really excited for today's guest. Welcome back to day 7 of Shaken To Awaken event, the event to help you navigate your mindset through uncertain times. And today's guest expert leader is one of the baddest bitches that I know. Her name is Lauren Allen. She's a stripper mindset coach. She's the host of Hustle Like a Stripper podcast, and she helps women master their intuitive hustle and soulful sales. So whether you're a stripper in the club, a dancer, an entertainer, she can help you. But regardless, she works with women and helps them do that. And it can really be for any business that you're in. So she is a manifestation queen, like expert. She is just so abundant in her energy and in her gifts. And I'm just really excited to share her with you today. So welcome.
Oh, fuck. Welcome. Oh, my God. I want to carry you around like with a megaphone introducing me anytime I walk into a room now.
You got it. You got it. I would love to do that. I would love to do that for you. I mean, okay, so Lauren and I have been working together for the last month and a half, 2 months. And just the energy that you bring into our group alone, like the energy that you pour into everyone that is in the mastermind is just so, there's nothing like it. Like it's so abundant and it's so loving and it's so authentic. Like you just have this like rawness and realness about you that I just like, it's really, really inspiring to me.
Oh my goodness. I mean, you're not wrong, but
yeah,
there's something that I say on my podcast. It's like, I'm all about the real raw McDude pants truth.
Oh my God, that's right.
It's authentic, baby. What you see is what you get. That's what, and that's that.
You're just fire. Like but you've got that feminine flow too, you know?
Oh yeah. I think it's all about the balance of letting all the energies come out to play and letting them work together. I think they all complement each other pretty well. If you just let it loose.
Let it loose. So I want you to let it loose today, and I want you to share your topic. So you're going to talk about embodying and embracing resilience like a stripper. What does that mean?
Yeah, I think that I've been in training for something like this to happen for a really long time. I think people have an idea of what stripping is, the way that it's portrayed in our culture or in the movies. It's like, wow, you make all of this money and it's so easy and it's so fun and glamorous, right? But actually, it's one of the most like insecure jobs that you could ever have. Like, do you have a job where you could walk in and make like 10 grand or you could make $10, right? Like this job is the pinnacle of uncertainty. So it does take a lot of mental strength, like mental toughness, like emotional intelligence to do this kind of work and do it successfully and make a lot of money. So it's like, take a page out of strippers' playbooks for feeling uncertain or not knowing what to do next or having to deal with like failure, anxiety, and uncertainty. Like, bitch, do I have some nuggets of wisdom for you?
Oh my God. You are so right though. Like that makes perfect sense. That makes sense. And like, you know, with that being said, you have faced that firsthand, obviously. So like, how has it, like when you say you've been in training for this, like how prepared do you feel in your mindset? Cause like, this is what it's all about up here, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I do feel very prepared because I realized, you know, being in the club and then also like getting into my business pretty much became like my full-time job in January. It really prepared me for just being resilient in the face of something that's inconsistent, right? Because nothing's ever guaranteed in this life. Like our money, our jobs, our businesses, like nothing's ever guaranteed. And I think stripping prepared me for that, because every time that you walk into the club, like it's literally the wild, wild west. It's up to you to stay positive. It's up to you to approach people. It's up to you to go out and get the money and be the best possible version of yourself, and to keep going, even when you've heard a million no's and maybe someone insulted you, or maybe someone's trying to pick a fight with you, right? It's up to you to keep going and keep pushing. So I do think that mentally I'm in a really good place of feeling strong and feeling resilient. Like, oh, okay, like, yeah, I'm getting knocked down. Or maybe, yeah, like someone backed out of my mastermind. Or, oh, yeah, like maybe like my business sales slowed a little bit. But I'm like, well, it's nothing I've never seen before. Like, that's the ebb and flow, baby. Like, you walk into work, make a couple grand. The next day, maybe you make 100. Like, that's just the name of the game. You got to play a big game to win a big game. You can't just sit on the sidelines, right? So you can't be afraid of like the fear of, well, what if I fail? I'm like, bitch, I fail every damn day.
Yes. And that's okay.
And that's okay. It's a part of the journey. I would much rather say that I gave something my all and that I tried my best, like whether it be in my business or when we're talking about stripping, right? Like I would rather say that I went into work. There's this phenomenon with strippers, like it's always, you know, we make our own schedule. So often the biggest hurdle that girls have to overcome is, you know, actually going into work when you say you're going to go into work. And then there's like this anxiety of like, why didn't I just go into work whenever you skip, right? So I'd rather say every single time that I put my best foot forward and that I went into work and I at least tried, and I'm not sitting there agonizing over like, well, what if I would have just gone into work? What if I would have just went for it? I think that can be applied to everybody right now. Even if you face failure, or even if, you know, someone says no to your offer, or even if you hear crickets on something, I mean, would you rather, you know, face the pain of like, well, fuck, I did this and it didn't work out how I was hoping? Or would you rather agonize later, like, fuck, what if I would have just gone for it? What if I would have just posted that? What if I just would have made that thing?
Oh, so good. So true. Because ultimately you do have control in that situation.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, always. Because it's up to you to take the first step. It's absolutely always up to you whether or not you're going to keep going. You can't always control like your external circumstances or how other people feel or how they're going to respond to you. But what you can control is putting yourself out there, and you can control your mindset and how you feel about it, right? Like through inner work and through being resilient, like, okay, not everyone's going to like me. Not everybody's going to want my offer. Someone might be really fucking mean about it. Someone might be kind of nice about it, right? It really just depends. You can never control like the external of other people, like what they're feeling, what they're thinking about you. But that can't stop you from trying. It sounds so silly when I say it out loud like that, right? Like you're going to let what other people think or say, let that deter you.
Or you're like, going to let the times of what's happening right now deter you, right? Just like a lot of people are like, oh, maybe I shouldn't sell. Maybe I shouldn't do this. Maybe I shouldn't do that because people don't have money. People are losing their jobs, right? But like at the end of the day, it's our energy is the currency that's going to dictate the reality that we create. Because even before we hopped on, we're like, yeah, but we're still creating our reality no matter what.
Yeah, that's such a good point. I really love that a lot. There's something I was just thinking of. I think I might have lost it.
It'll come back.
Yeah, I think it'll come back. There's something I was thinking.
It's coming back right now.
Wait, about oh yeah. Okay, so another really big block that a lot of girls have, whether it be like in their online business, I've noticed this about women specifically, or in the strip club dealing with like rich guys and upselling and, you know, charging thousands of dollars for products or coaching or even champagne rooms in the strip club. So they're like, well, I don't want to be too greedy, or I don't want to put them in a bad financial spot if they can't afford it. And I always tell them, like, listen, it's not your job to worry about what someone can or can't afford. That's their job. It's your job to show up, provide value, and make the offer to them. You can't control if they can't afford it or can't afford it. That's their responsibility. It's not your responsibility to worry about like, well, they lost their job or they can't afford it. Like, you can have empathy for people that are dealing with that, right? But why should that stop you from making the offer? They're grown people. We're all grown here. We can make our own decisions. You selling to someone and making an offer, That's their responsibility to either act on it or not act on it. But why would that stop you from at least offering?
I couldn't agree more. Like, and I couldn't agree. Marie said, "Oh my God, Lauren, yes." And just so you know, my mom is on here, and my aunt is on here, and she just said to my aunt, "Let's try stripping." Yeah, Mom. My mom's hot.
You know who to talk to. You know
Yeah.
who to talk to.
Mom, Lauren lives in Florida too, so.
Oh my God, I love it.
So good. No, but that's such a good point, and that translates so beautifully whether you're in any service industry, whether you're dancing in the club or you're, trying to upsell someone a bottle of wine at a restaurant, or you're an online coach. It doesn't matter. It translates and transcends through everything. That's so beautiful.
Yeah, there's something else too on top of that really goes along with that point. It's that I never make assumptions. Like whenever I find myself making assumptions, I always stop myself like, why am I assuming something about somebody? Why am I even assuming this? Like you set yourself up for failure every single time you assume something about somebody. Like whether it be like, oh, they can't afford that, or in the club, like, oh, they don't want to dance. Why would they want to go to the champagne room? It's stupid. Why would they want that? No, there's no way they can afford that. Like, why would they want my coaching? I mean, this stuff's crazy out here right now. Why would they want to buy a course, right? It's like, are you making assumptions based off of what that person needs, or are you making assumptions based on like fear and limitation?
Whoa, I love that.
Yeah.
It's so true. Assumption can be such a powerful manifestation tool, but it could also work way against you because you can assume the best. You can assume that it's going to be really fucking good. You can assume that you're going to make a lot of money. You can assume that people love you. You can assume a lot of good things, but when you assume something that could be it's a limiting belief.
Yeah.
So many beliefs come into assumption. It's so good. So good. And you know what happens when you assume, right?
Something about asses.
Something about asses. That's what my mom always says. And my Aunt Bart said, if you don't ask, you'll never know.
Yeah, if you don't ask, you don't get. I do love to say that. I'm like, at least I fucking asked. At least I tried. That was something else that I always like tell my girls. I'm like, assume that everyone wants what you offer. Like start.
That's a good assumption.
Yeah, like start assuming that fuck yeah, why would someone not want to dance? Fuck yeah, why would someone not want to get a bottle of champagne and pay me $1,000? I always also say like playing dumb, like kind of like playing dumb with yourself, like rather than try and think about like sales or something logically. It's like, why wouldn't they want to? I could think of no logical reason. I can't think of any reason why someone wouldn't want to spend this kind of money. Like, especially in the club, it's kind of funny trying to think about this. Like, yeah, rent's due in a week. Why wouldn't you want to spend like $2,000 with a girl that you don't know? Play dumb, defy logic, right? And there's another quote. This is one that I really love to say a lot, is that I expect the best, but I accept the worst. That quote has really, really helped me a lot, is that I've become okay with like my worst possible outcome. Like I've faced it. That kind of sounds like counterintuitive or counterproductive. But when I faced the possibility, like, yeah, okay, I could lose it all. I could have to live in my fucking van. I'm not there quite yet, so I think I'm doing pretty damn good. So I'm going to keep expecting the best to happen, but I accept the worst. It's not scary. It's not like hiding in the shadows over there. Like, it's like I've already brought it out of the shadows. Like, okay, let's make friends.
That is like beyond freaking amazing. I absolutely love that because I always expect the best. And I never thought of that second part of that. Like, I'm always expecting the best. I don't know if you know the Dietz and Watson truck.
Mm-mm.
Okay, well, it's like a deli meat truck, right? Which I know.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I know you love that deli meat, girl. Just kidding.
You know, honey roasted, baby. What?
Oh, honey roasted? What? So, yeah, but you know on the side of the truck what it says. I'll give you one guess.
Expect the best?
Yeah, it definitely doesn't say like accept the worst.
Yeah, right. Accept the worst. If you find mold in our meats, I don't know what to tell you, bitch. Accept
the best, accept the worst. Yeah, so like it you guys having as much fun as we are watching this? Because it's pretty fun. Get on our level.
Right? Fucking shit. Oh
So,
man, so many things are great in concept, and then when you really apply them, literally, not always.
So yeah, so accept the best is on their truck, but every time I see it, that's like my sign because I expect the best. But accepting the worst, like I always say, take your fear to the end, right? Take it to the worst possible case scenario. Okay, you could be living in your van. Okay, great. You've already accepted that. That's so powerful. Like the worst case scenario. And it kind of just alleviates that, and alone is like the assumption thing and the expecting the best and accepting the worst is such a powerful tool for resilience right now. Like that is so golden. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. And I thought about it too. I was like, damn, it could almost be like an adventure. Like me and my husband, like we've got 6 senses of humor. Like we would have so much fun, like fucking around on the road somewhere in the woods, like whatever. We'll make the best of it. And then it's like not so scary when you think about it, like in a fun way.
I'm with you. Like I get it. I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. So good. So good. So what are some other tools that you use to stay centered and focused and abundant when things do feel uncertain and anxious? Because I know that you're very committed to your practice. And like, I mean, you guys, Lauren sends the mastermind like pictures and videos of her with her cash like stacked up in piles, like in front of her with all of her crystals and all of her candles. And she is like constantly in the practice of gratitude and all these, very abundant things. And I want her to share them with you. So like, what do you do? What are your practices?
Well, that's always that's a great way to be abundant. These are actually fake hundreds I have here. So even if you just get like some fake hundreds from somewhere, and just around, even if you don't like have a lot of cash, like just seeing the visual of having money around, and every time that I see it, I think to myself, like, money is so normal. It's so normal having money around, and it's so easy and automatic. I actually got from one of my favorite spiritual shops, there's these like ancestor monies, and they're like $100,000 bills. So I got because my goal was to make $200,000 this year. And I just had it like sitting on my nightstand, like, yep, just 200,000, just ready for me to cash whenever. It's just sitting right there. It's totally good. It's totally fine. Anytime that I get overwhelmed or I feel like anxious about money or uncertainty or like everything feels just completely filled with lack, I always think to myself, like, all right, I can breathe whenever I want. And every time that I exhale, there's always another inhale waiting. Like there's no shortages, there's no limitations, there's no scarcity with that. Like literally everything you need to survive, you have unlimited resources of it. Like you have the ability to walk outside and plant a seed, and the sun is going to help it grow. Water is going to help it grow. There is nothing but unlimited resources like out in nature. So sometimes when I start getting like tied up in just this realm of like, well, fuck, like, how am I going to make money? Or like, well, the clubs are closed and, oh, there's no parties coming in. And what if my business fails, right? I just look outside my window. Like if I really needed to survive and if I really needed to do something, like I have unlimited resources at my fingertips at all times. And then I think about the fact that, we are on this planet that like we've survived, humanity has survived for so fucking long on so much littler than we're even surviving with right now. And just the fact that our earth is always working for us, always working for us. Like that always, like looking at it like big picture, it helps these small things not feel so scary and anxious.
Wow. That analogy is so beautiful and so on point. There is so much abundance all around us. We just have to really tune into it. And I listened to your prosperity meditation, and it was all about, it's not even about the money, right? It's about connecting to the prosperity of what is right now and the breath that is right now and your whole body and vehicle that's working for you right now. Like there's so much abundance in that. So thank you. That's like such a great practice for people. And I always would say to my mom said, love that analogy. And my aunt said, right on, young, and love your thought process. Yes. Yeah, I mean, can you just share your age with everyone?
I'm 23.
Yeah, she's 3 years old, you guys. Like, oh my God, she's just an angel,
Oh
a
God.
goddess. But I always would say to my mom, if she would get, anxious about anything, I would say, listen, what do you need right now to get to the next moment?
Oh, that's good. That kind of reminds me of something my husband always tells me. She's like, excuse me, you're not going one breath at a time, ma'am. He's like, just get to the next breath and then we'll talk, okay?
That's
Like,
it.
one breath at a time. That's it.
One breath at a time. Yeah. It's like, we don't need air to get to the next moment. We don't need shelter or protect. Like, everything we have, we need right here to get to the next moment.
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
all
That's it. Yeah, that's really good too. There's another thing too. I used to do this like when it was really like a slow season at work, and but I was so abundant. It was so amazing how like I would walk into the club and make like 30 or 40 bucks, and I would still feel so good afterwards. And it was because on my way to work, like I would just count how much money was always around me at all times. Like I would walk out to my car and I would be like, yeah, I paid like $3,000 for this thing in cash. That's crazy. I'm just driving around with $3,000 beside me. Like, look at all these houses. Like, there's millions of dollars surrounding me right now. And I would, go on the highway. Like, how much did it cost to pave the highway, right? Or, like, I would get into the club and I'd be like, wow, I just passed this whole, like, wall of liquor. Like, all of these liquor bottles are worth a lot of fucking money. Can you imagine, like, how much money is just sitting beside me at all times, right? Or even in this room, like, how much did I pay for this desk? How much did I pay for these books, like all of the furniture in my house, right? Like you're always surrounded by thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. Or even when you think about you think about how much like your organs are worth on the black market, bitch, like you are made of money. You are made of money. Like
you guys, she's the best, right? Like she's amazing. Like that perspective, that I just want you to know how unique that perspective is. Like most people don't see life that way.
Oh man, I love it. It's like
you're made money.
Walking bank.
You're a walking bank. Yeah, this hand is fucking worth $1 million.
Yeah, those kidneys, baby.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I'll pay a pretty fucking penny for those.
You can't repurpose a hand.
Good. I like you're getting the idea though.
Yeah. That heart though.
This hand, baby. This hand. Ooh, there was another thing too that I was thinking about. I said this on my podcast this week. And I was like, you know how like there used to be wars that were fought over spices, and now you can buy pepper at the fucking grocery store for $1. Like if you're anything like me, bitch, you've got like 50 spices in there. Like I'm actually like a billionaire by like 700 standards. Like shit, it's all about perspective. I'm just in the wrong era to be holding on to all these spices.
Your perspective gives me life. It really does. Does it give you guys life too? Like this is just amazing. Wait, we got some comments here. I got to read them to you.
Yes.
So, Natalie said, I literally just wrote down your quote in my journal for a reminder. Everything you need to survive, you have unlimited resources of it around you. So cool. Yeah. Alyssa is cracking up. Amazing. Brittany said, your hands. She said, your hands must be a hot commodity at home, Ash.
Oh my God, she would find a dirty joke in there. She fucking would. I knew it.
Oh, you guys are going to get a taste of Brittany, tomorrow? Natalie said, that's so powerful. Aunt Barb said, love the body money worth. Yeah, fuck yeah. So good. So good. Oh my gosh. You've shared so much. Thank you.
Yes.
So where can everyone get in touch with you? You guys definitely go listen to Lauren's podcast, Hustle Like a Stripper. It's obviously not just for strippers. It's for all of us. And
that's right.
What else do you want them to, do you have a free gift for them or anything that we can share with them? You can tell me afterwards and I'll add it in the comments. If you want.
You can follow me on Instagram at Luscious Lifestyle by Lauren. If you don't know how to spell luscious, look it up. I can't do everything for you, but that's another thing I always say on my podcast. I'm like, bitch, look it up. You should know how to spell it. That's usually where I run everything. That's where all my offers are. You can hop on my mailing list. I like to twerk into your inbox and give you sexy reminders.
Yeah.
And maybe I'll even send you a free meditation. You never know what will happen.
Ooh.
And yeah, I'm always on Instagram posting and twerking in my stories. You should definitely listen to the podcast. You should definitely. Kind of the best. I know I'm biased, but it is awesome.
Yeah, and like she's so like she speaks truth. Like definitely go listen. She's very humble about it.
So I'm also insanely humble. Am I not the greatest?
You really are the greatest. Okay, so if you had one last nugget to share with everybody, tell us what it is.
Ooh, okay. So do we have a minute if we could all like close our eyes and I can just lead you through a visualization that I've been doing for my clients the last few days?
I would love to do that.
Yes, it's been so powerful. All right, everybody, shut your eyes. Unless you're driving or something, don't shut your eyes.
My eyes are shut.
Keep your eyes glued to the road. So I just want you to close your eyes and take a couple of nice deep breaths in for me. Just make them nice and long. Playing around with how you're breathing. Noticing how many opportunities are available to you with just your breath. You can try breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. In through your mouth, out through your nose. Just in through your nose, out through your nose. In through your mouth, out through your mouth. Just noticing how many possibilities are just within your breath right now. You have complete freedom to do whatever it is that you want with it. Noticing that no matter how much you breathe, the air never runs out. There's always more where that came from. Just as soon as you release your air, more air comes in. And just as soon as you inhale, another exhale awaits you. I want you to imagine now, as you enjoy your breath, that you are standing in front of a beautiful garden. This garden is full of fruits and vegetables and flowers of every color of the rainbow. The colors are bright and vibrant, and they're shining on you. And you smile because you've never seen anything more beautiful in your life. And you look ahead of you and you see that this garden goes on for miles, further and further than your eyes can even see. And you walk along the perimeter, just taking a moment to see how abundant nature is. How there's always enough sunlight, there's always enough air, there's always enough water. And you're just seeing the limitless resource of abundance right in front of you right now. I want you to imagine that you look down in your right hand and you see a packet of seeds. You open the packet and sprinkle out the seeds into the palm of your hand. These are the seeds that you're going to be planting over the next few weeks. These seeds will surely manifest and bloom during this time. And all you have to do is simply whisper your intention into these seeds. What are you going to say? What does business get to be like? What does money get to be like? Work, play, family, friends. I want you to notice how good it feels, how easy it is to simply walk up to your garden and plant those seeds. How all you had to do was simply walk up, make a little hole, drop the seeds in, pat the dirt on top, and just like that, they're planted. You take a step back and you smile. And to your surprise, you see that it's already sprouting. And those seeds are already growing right now. And you see that they begin growing at such a fast and accelerated rate. The flowers bloom, the vegetables and fruit bloom. They are so beautiful and abundant. All you had to do was simply plant the seed. Take a couple of nice deep breaths, just appreciating your creation. Seeing how easy it is to be abundant, to create whatever it is that you want. And whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Wow, we're so blessed. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Love that visualization.
That's powerful.
So powerful. So
Yes.
powerful. Feel free to share in the comments what you planted in the ground with us.
Yes, please. Yes, I want to
If
know.
you feel inspired to post about this on your stories or on your Instagram, make sure you tag Lauren, make sure you tag me, and let us know. And everyone,
Yes.
thank you so much. That was excellent. Beautiful angel. Alyssa cried. I was tearing too, Alyssa. It was so beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah, I was crying a little bit. I'm like, oh.
Let it flow.
So much.
Everyone go follow Lauren. Go get in her energy on the daily. And I just adore you with every cell of my being. So thank you.
Right back at you. Thank you for having me on. I love y'all so much, and I can't wait to connect more with everybody.
Awesome. Amazing. And you guys, we have more in store, more amazing women. I'm telling you, the women inside my mastermind, I'm not even just saying this to like toot their horns. They're out of this world. They're literally out of this world. Right?
Yeah. No, normally like in a group, there's always like one or two people that suck. Like, you know, like usually like in a group of women, like not everyone is amazing. Like, no, this group of bitches is next level quantum shit. And they're all
and that energy that's being created together, the momentum, it's just so amazing what happens when powerful women come together. It's just so inspiring. It takes on a life of its own. You know what I mean? It's like it's as a facilitator, it's like way bigger than me. It's like it's so cool. It's so cool.
Yes.
Okay, so tomorrow we have the incredible Coach Brittany Caffo coming on. She is going to be sharing all of her wisdom and love and nuggets, and it's going to be, I'm going to drop it in the comments. It's all about how to stay productive, and utilize this time to focus and how to use this time to recharge so we can show up in, as she calls it, full ass mode. Do you want to like say a little something about Brittany just so everyone knows?
Oh my God. Brittany she's the one that found a dirty joke somehow in what we were talking about, of course. She's hilarious. She's so funny. But what I love about Brittany and her style of talking and just being in mastermind discussions with her is that she's very direct and she gives you a lot of clarity when she's speaking, but she does it in a way that is funny, and she makes you feel like you're the only person. When she's talking to you, like you feel like you're the only person in the fucking world. And I think that's a superpower for a coach to have, to make you feel like you're the only person. So you're going to love her. She's so funny. Her Instagram is always so good of like just full of tips for productivity too. I always screenshot her stuff. So she's the real deal.
Yeah, you guys are absolutely going to love it. She's a productivity coach. So she's going to help you with all of that good shit because we all need that, right?
Yes.
And after Brittany, on Thursday, we have the amazing Danielle Klein who's on here, and she's going to talk all about shifting into an online business. And she's going to drop some golden nuggets, and she's truly incredible too in every single way. She's just such a light. And then on Friday, we have Jenna Teague. She's, oh my God, you guys just are in for some really good shit. So I'm really excited. You make me curse more, Lauren. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. You're welcome, everybody.
So stay tuned for tomorrow. Yes, Brittany said, let's get our shit together. Can't wait. All right. Bye, Facebook. Have an awesome day.
Bye.
Thank you so much for listening to the Badass Manifester podcast. I love manifesting Mondays with you. And there's so much more in store right here. The best way to manifest love is to give love. If you loved what you heard today, subscribe to the Badass Manifester podcast. Leave a review on iTunes. Let me know how much you dig the energy here. All of my social is linked up in the show notes. So screenshot this episode, tag me on Instagram, and let me be part of your real-time journey. For more info on me, feel free to go to my website, manifestwithash.com. Repeat after me. I am my own power source. I am the master of my energy, and I deserve everything that I desire. Go get them.